Alright, good day once again. So very quickly we'll be talking about chart patterns today. Chart patterns are very important as a beginner in the forex market or one that is already knowledgeable. Maybe you're having difficulty identifying the patterns in the market. Go through this video and it's a very simple concept. You're going to understand it after now. Like you see here, we'll talk about the shoulder pattern. It's very effective, like a human head and a human shoulder by the side. Whenever you see this kind of formation on your chart, it's actually giving you that head and shoulder look, telling you that the market is about to reverse big time. It goes a long way. It will help you. Now the blend of your pattern identification and your trend movement, because you should always make the trend your friend. Always move with the trend. You end up making good profits. So when you combine your chart pattern and your trend, the flow of the market direction, that already is giving you a high probability sector in the market. So whenever you see this right shoulder and this left shoulder and your head, you identify. Some persons immediately will start selling back from this point because the head and shoulder pattern is actually the pattern, one of the patterns that helps traders to determine sell positions. So once this part is retraced and you can already start seeing little touches here or resistance in this level, you start selling. But majority of traders too would want to wait to see that trade actually break this level. Trade breaks this level. This part can now be determined as what your head and shoulder neckline break. Once trade gets to this level, once trade breaks this level and retests below it, you see the trade finally come down to this level, have a clear retrace here. It gives you another massive profit. So this is one of the pattern that you can't joke with in the market. Very quickly, let us look at the other pattern. Here is the inverse head and shoulder. When you see the kind of head and shoulder, but the head being upside down, turned upside down, that is an inverse head and shoulder. This is the shoulder here, this is also a shoulder here. So it helps to tell you that market is about to reverse. Once you identify it, if you were initially selling, you take a break and stop selling. Watch out and follow the direction of the market. This is an inverse head and shoulder, and once you see it in the market, look out for buy position. So at this retracement where you see that the both shoulder has actually met, here you can see that the both shoulder actually met in this level. The both shoulder actually met here, so giving us an entering position on the buy. Now when you move, but this for aggressive trader, if you want to be very conservative, you want to wait, you can take it, allow it to break the neckline. Here it can be regarded as your neckline. Okay, you see have opportunity to buy and make profits in the market. The market came back here to giving us a double touch. Okay, like more like a W. I will still give you a clearer picture of that particular W formation, but like I said before, that it helps you to identify that the market is actually changing its trend, or it's reversing. You see here we have a low high here and a higher high, a low high here, low high here, and what, a higher high here. So it actually tells you that even if the market doesn't reverse for a very long time, like months period of time, by identifying your patterns, be it 1 hour, be it 4 hours, be it daily, you must make good profits from that market so much, because pattern combination with other two, like the trend line, your support resistance, and your Fibonacci, gives you confidence. The combination of these tools gives you sound judgment and what is known as confluence. So that is also a very significant pattern in the market. Now, very quickly, let's talk about the M. The M shape gives you the pattern that is called double top. It's also a reversal, like you see here. This is an M here. You see, this is a form of M. When you see this kind of shape in the market, okay, now giving us a clear touch is here to tell us already that the market is about to reverse. You see, there's a lot of resistance in this level, so many resistance in this level that the market could not break. So here is a supply zone. If you can identify the market very well, you understand what I'm talking about. Here is a supply zone, and at this point, once it hits the resistance, touches again, sellers are already pushing. Sellers are trying to be dominant in the market. So patterns are very important. If you identify them, you will make good hell of profit from them. This is your M shape. Your M shape identifies your double top, and your W shape. Let's quickly look at the W shape. If you see this very well, you see that price is rallied down from here, went up a little, came back, giving us double touches. To confirm that, you use your horizontal to, when you see that bounces is not hidden. It's very clear. You can see the bounce here, you can see one bounce here, you can see another bounce here, and you're seeing another bounce here. So giving us this clarity. Okay, there's a rally downward, moved up a little, came down, bounces again on that bottom. A clear W formation is also a very powerful shape or pattern that tells you market is about to reverse. Now, to confirm that too, you can see that at the break of this neckline here, the market has been on a high move of a low high and a higher high, giving us a complete reversal. If I can check from this peep here, from the break of the neckline, this market has actually made about 2,400 pips. So just be patient, try to see how you can combine the pattern with other things in the market, and you will always stay profit in the market. You always make good profit in the market. Now let's just confirm again. This is our W here. If we take this guy, this is our W here. So these patterns will always repeat themselves. The pattern will always repeat themselves. Try to identify them in the market. You need to train your eyes to identify these patterns, because they are part of the skills you must acquire. A part of the trainings you must get, so once you see this kind of move, is this not beautiful? Is this not clear that it is an M? So start spotting them from your daily time frame to 1 hour, whether the market reverse for a while. You should have made profit at least over 200 pips. It's sure to go with. Now if you see here now, at this point where it meets the second touches, giving us a valid double bottom, where it had a resistance before it started coming down. This is about 1500 pips already, 1500 pips. So the chart pattern are powerful tools. The chart pattern are powerful kind of formations in the market you shouldn't joke with. Yeah, so I hope this video helps. I would also like you to drop your comments and hit the subscribe button. This will be all for now till we meet again.